Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is Benito again, and this is my tutorial number 20. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you what steps I would take to tackle a problem that I haven't seen before. So I got a question from Malvika asking how to link a .mat file to a table in AppDesigner. So this is something that I haven't done before, so I'm just going to show you what steps I took to figure this out. So this is something that you should be doing as well when you're trying to solve a new problem. So this is like a systematic approach that I would take to find a solution to a problem. So let's switch over to AppDesigner. And in AppDesigner I have a table and a button, and I'll just rename that to read. So I'll right click and create a callback. So in the previous tutorials, from the previous tutorials, we know that if we use the read table function, we can read in a file, Excel file, data from an Excel file. So we want to try and, so the first thing I'd probably do is just try and use the read table function. But before that, I need to create a .mat file. So I'll just simply do m equals rand, which is a function to create a random matrix. So I'll say 10 rows and 4 columns. So there you go. So that created me a random number set, and I'll right click on the variable name and save as, we'll just call it test data.mat. So I have a mat file now, and I'll switch over to AppDesigner and try and use the read table function. So this is the first thing I'll do just to test it out, just to see if it works. So testdata.mat, and I'll say I want to write this data in T to this UI table. So app.UI table with a capital T dot data with a capital D is equal to T. Let's give this a try and see if it works. So this is the first step I would take. So let's click on read and see what happens. Okay, so it's saying file extension .mat is not recognized. Use file type to specify the type to read. Okay, so that means I can possibly specify what file type I'm using. So if I put a comma in, MATLAB is suggesting I can enter the file type. So it can be a spreadsheet or text. So definitely we don't have a spreadsheet. And let's try text. So just to give it a try. So it's always worth testing things to see if it works. If it doesn't work, we'll get an error and we'll get more information on how to solve it. So let's read this, and you can see it's not reading in the data properly. There's clearly something going wrong. Okay, so we don't have an error now. So that's an issue. If we have an error, then that's good because we can, diagnose the problem using the error. But when you don't have an error and your program's not working, it's pretty difficult. Okay, so errors are always good. So I know that the read table function doesn't work, and this file extension doesn't work either. So the next thing I'll do is I'll switch over to Google and ask how to read in .mat file into a table in MATLAB AppDesigner. Okay, so you can see I've visited this link before, and import mat file into AppDesigner. Okay, so I would like to import mat file that contains some variable, but I cannot load the file. Thanks. So we have an accepted answer, which is good. So you can read this, but it's not really relevant. So what they're doing is using a load function. So they are loading the data as a bar, and then they're writing it to results. So that gives me an idea. So that means I'll use load to load my mat file. Okay, so let's give that a try. So if we use load instead of testdata.mat, then let's see if that works. So that's the next thing I would do. So it's most of the time it's just trial and error, and the more trials you have, the more likely that you'll find the answer. So let's click on read, and we have an issue, and this time we have an error, which is good. So data must be a numeric, logical, string, cell, or table array. Okay, so clearly the data coming in is not in the right format. So we know that MATLAB can handle, an Excel file. So the logical step to do is just to read an Excel file into MATLAB and see how the data is coming in. Okay, so one good thing to always do is just to try and do everything in the command window and see how the data is coming in. And if it works in the command window in MATLAB, then it should work in AppDesigner as well. So I created an Excel file called test.data, and in the Excel file, I, just copied some numbers in, just, a matrix. And if we try to use the read table function and load this into MATLAB, then we can see how the data is actually read in. And in the workspace, you can see it's coming in as a table data type. So if it comes in as a table data type, then MATLAB AppDesigner can put it into a table without any issues. So then that tells me I need to put my matrix into a table data type. So at the moment, if we load this test data by double clicking on it, you can see it's not a table data type, it's an array or a matrix, simply a matrix or an array. Okay, so we need to convert this into a table data type, and we know that if we convert it into a table data type, then it's going to work. So that's the next thing I'm going to try and do. So how do I convert a data array or a matrix into a table? So I'll switch back to Google again, and I'll just ask how to convert an array into a table in MATLAB. MATLAB or MATLAB AppDesigner is fine. So convert homogeneous array to table. Great. So we have a function, array to table function. That's always good. So in the examples, you can see you have a 3×3 matrix, and using the function table to array, array to table, you can convert A into a table format. Great. So let's just try this out. So if I convert M, so if we just type in M is just an array or a matrix, and I want to convert this into a table. So we'll just overwrite and we'll say M is array to table brackets M, and there you go, it's converted into a table. And you can see here as well, it's a 10×4 table. Now let's just save this as a mat file, testdata.mat, save, and we'll just replace. And let's switch back to AppDesigner. So now we'll apply the same code again and see what happens. So let's click run. So we're loading in the data, assigning it to T, and then that T is put inside the table. Let's click read. Okay, so we have the same issue again. Data must be numeric, logical, string, cell, or table array. So what's happening here then? So what can you do next? So the next thing you can possibly do, well, you should do, is just simply copy the code that you've typed in AppDesigner to the command window, because the command window is just going to tell us what's happening. So I'll copy this in, and we'll just get rid of this line, because clearly there's something wrong with the way the data is getting fed into AppDesigner. So this is the first line in our code that we've used. So if we say T equals load test data, you can see it's not coming in as a table, it's coming in as a structure. So a structure is something that can hold different data types. So a table is a data type, a matrix or an array that we saw before is a data type, a cell array is a data type, which can be characters, for example. So you have different data types in MATLAB. So you have timetable data types and a couple of other data types, which I'll explain in my MATLAB tutorials. But a structure, just imagine a structure as a box that can hold different data types in one variable. So in this variable t, this structure is holding a table named M, and the contents inside a structure or your box is defined using field names. So the field inside my structure T is M. So to get access to that table, which is a content inside my box, which is T, I can simply use the dot notation. So if I do T.M, then that's going to give me access to the fields inside the structure T. So that's what's happening. So if I go back and say I'm loading in T, but it comes in as a structure, but inside that structure we know that there is M, which is a table. So we'll say we want to get M out. And you can see MATLAB is telling us that M is a 10 into 4 table. So that's a good sign. So if we run this now, so we'll click read, and you can see this works. So I hope you've learned something new there, and hopefully by trying to systematically solve a problem step by step, by trying different things out, you can always find a solution to a problem. So the more trials you do, the more experiments you do, the more likely you are to find a solution to a problem. So I hope you've enjoyed that and learned something new. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And also, please check out my new website, www.benitosebastian.com. And you can also email me through the website. And in the future, I'll be making the code available to download on my website as well. So all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.